Well, guys, I see many of you have joined, so we can start. Can someone please confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Right. So we're talking about hub and spoke, guys. Now, my question was that where do you think we require a routing table? Why? Because, guys, whenever you are doing some, ignore this VNet peering. Okay, whenever you're pinging something, whenever you're trying to access, it goes directly. The system routes, they are direct. If you want to speak, direct. They are direct, right? This is how the system defined routes they communicate. But why these two are not able to communicate with the direct route? Because there is no peering between these two. But when I directly communicate from hub and spoke, will I be able, do I require any user defined route here? Yes, yes. When I speak from hub to spoke, then do I need any
No, we
user
don't.
defined route? No, why not? Because this is going to speak directly, but there is a direct connection. VNet pairing is there, right? And that VNet pairing is supporting that connectivity, right? Otherwise कनेक्ट तो ये भी डायरेक्ट ही कर रहे हैं. The moment you have one VNet pairing, इन दोनों के बीच में आप VNet pairing करते हो, then you don't require any user defined route, right? Why do you need a user defined route? आपको क्यों spoke को route define करना है? Why? Because there is no connectivity between them, and we want to inform this spoke VNet that please take this route, and then only you'll be able to go ahead.
Sir, I'm not able to see your screen.
What about
If
others,
anyone,
guys?
We are able to see your screen.
Imran bhai,
It's
could you
visible.
please rejoin?
okay.
Yes, guys. Is it clear that why do we require what UDRs here? Why we
Yes.
don't require UDR in hub and spoke? Because there is a connectivity already, right? So you don't have to worry about it. Here there is no connectivity, hence we are informing these resources that please go from here till here. Then only you will be able to connect, right? So for this we required UDR, which is user defined route. So now let me show it to you. Few practicals or few steps I have already done. In the interest of time, I did that, right? Because we have already done them. So I didn't want to waste some time. So what did I do here? I created three virtual network. Okay? One is our spoke virtual network. Another one is again spoke virtual network. So I just named it as spoke one or spoke or and spoke two. One is my hub VNet. This is what I have done. Created VM. Obviously, I've created subnets, right? I don't have to say this now. It's been a long time we have been practicing, so all these things are implied. I should not be hearing a question that do we have to create a subnet, right? Because you cannot create a machine without a subnet. Very basic thing. So when I say I've created VNet and deployed a machine, it is implied that I have created a subnet. So what have I done here? I have created spoke VM1, spoke 2 VM2, and hub. We do not require a VM, but I've created one. I'll explain it to you why. I've created one hub VM. ठीक है? Is this clear, guys? Still here? What have I had done? What have I done here? This is what I have done. Now, when it comes to peering में I've connected hub to spoke VNet and hub to spoke 2 VNet.
Sir,
Is this
we
clear?
haven't created hub VM, no?
I have created.
I can't see because I can see spoke one VM1 and spoke two
I'll
VM2.
explain. Don't worry. I'll explain it to you.
Hmm.
Right? Is this clear, guys? Still here? Whatever I'm explaining on Notepad, is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I say that this is what I have done. So whatever machine I have in hub, okay, let's say hub VM. Here I have named it as NVA. I'll explain it to you. What is it NVA? So it's same thing. समझ लो ये hub VM and NVA VM same है. So now if I'm from ping from hub VM to spoke VM. Will it work? True or false?
Yes.
It will work, right?
True.
Yes.
Now, from hub VM to spoke to VM2. Will it work?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, if I ping from spoke VM to uh, I understand that this is very clear to you, right? When I say I am able to ping from hub to spoke, so it is implied here that spoke से hub पे भी हो रहा है. I'm not writing that again. ठीक है? This
Hmm.
is two-way
Yeah.
because we have checked the box over there. This is two-way. Now, if I speak from spoke VM to spoke to VM2, will it work?
No.
No.
Oh,
Right? Why? Because there is no UDR, there is nothing. I hope
VNet.
this is
Yeah.
clear. Till here, it is clear. Next step will be it's to create UDR. Now, what is UDR? It is user defined
Find routes.
routes. I'll go to any of the machine, spoke VNet, network setting. Click on NIC. We have read about NIC, so I'm not explaining what is NIC. Under NIC, in the last section of help, you will see effective routes. And whatever routes you see here, these all are default routes. By the way, system routes are also known as default routes. So it is user defined routes, UDR, and system defined routes or default routes. Right? Look at this. All our default routes are there. What is it saying? That the traffic should go from here to virtual network. Traffic should go from here to VNet peering. Traffic should go from here to internet, right? Based on the address prefix, it has all the rules, all the routes. It is already there. This is the reason you are able to speak to you're able to speak to internet. The moment you create a machine, you are able to access the internet. Why? Because route is already there. It's a system defined route or a default route. Okay? So here you can see. Now the next step, what we are going to do is create a user defined routes. So I'll go ahead and search for UDR, or I can search for user defined routes. Let me see if I can get this. No, UDR is fine. Let's see route. Route से भी आ रहा है. ठीक है? I click on route table and then I'm creating a new route table. Okay, I'm creating a route table. Now, looking at this diagram, for which one we required a route table? किसको route table की जरूरत है? Let's talk about two spoke and one hub. ठीक है? Ignore these. Let's say this is all we have in our picture. So which one require a route table? ये पूरा practical करने के लिए that all should talk to each other or spoke one, spoke two should talk to each other. इन तीनों में से किसकी dependency है route table पे?
स्पोक से लेके स्पोक वन से लेके स्पोक टू तक.
Spoke.
Hmm.
Spoke one, spoke two.
So
अब
both
पे
of this
चाहिए
spoke, right? If this one
Correct.
talked to, right? So we'll require a UDR for this and a UDR for this. Total कितने UDR चाहिए then हमको कितने defined routes चाहिए?
दो.
So, right? Because when this speak, when this spoke network wants to speak to this one, इसको भी तो एक user defined route चाहिए. आपको नहीं चाहिए, क्यों? Default route में वो cover हो गया already. Why? Because there's a VNet peering. अगर इन दोनों के बीच VNet peering होती, तो I didn't require any UDR. Is this clear till here, guys?
Yes.
So we require two user defined routes. So first I'm creating a user defined route here. I'll select any resource group, it's fine, but it is region specific. If my virtual network, it's in West US, and if I create a route table in somewhere in central Canada, राइट, आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू यूटिलाइज इट। तो जहां पर मेरी मशीन है, जहां पर मेरा वर्चुअल नेटवर्क है, वहीं पर मैं अपना यूजर डिफाइंड राउट बनाऊंगा, राइट। विच वर्चुअल नेटवर्क आई एम रेफरिंग टू? लेट्स से माय स्पोक वर्चुअल नेटवर्क, इट इज इन ईस्ट यूएस, hub virtual network, it's in west US, and spoke 2 virtual network, it's in India. As of now, I want spoke virtual network to communicate with spoke 2. spoke 2 से छोड़ दो, फिलहाल का प्रैक्टिकल है, this is in India, or let's say this is in East US. Guys, please excuse me for this writing, I'm writing it from mouse, so please excuse us. This is in Canada, this is in our India. As of now, the requirement is only traffic should flow from here to here. तो मैं यूडीआर किस वर्चुअल नेटवर्क के लिए बनाऊंगा और किस रीजन में?
स्पोक 1 के लिए ईस्ट यूएस में।
Perfect. What about others, guys? Did you get the question? Did you get Sunil's answer?
We can create an UDR to spoke 2 for India region.
No, my requirement is I just want spoke 1 to speak to spoke 2.
Okay.
Right?
So
That is the requirement.
both of these spokes should be in same region. That's what Sunil answers, right?
No, no, no. Not the spokes. He answered that if you want,
UDR.
yes, spoke 1 to talk to spoke 2, so it is going via hub. Hub is in
Correct.
Canada, spoke 2 is in India, but these two information do not matter to us because UDR कहाँ पर लगाना है हमको? किसको
Spokes
राउट
पे।
बताना है हमको?
One
स्पोक
spoke
1 को राउट बताना है, सो वेर इज स्पोक 1? इट्स इन ईस्ट यूएस। तो कहां पर यूडीआर आएगा आपका? ईस्ट यूएस।
East US.
बट टू अवॉइड कंफ्यूजन इन दिस केस मैंने सबको ईस्ट यूएस में रख दिया है, ठीक है। सो यू विल सिंपली क्रिएट अ यूडीआर, डोंट वरी अबाउट दिस वन, यू विल ऑलवेज कीप यस, ये नो जब पिक्चर में आता है व्हेन यू हैव योर ऑन प्रेम भी इसमें है, ये इन डिटेल सेटिंग है, सो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट, ऑलवेज कीप इट डिफॉल्ट, राइट। एंड देन यू क्रिएट वन UDR, right? Similarly, now I want, कुछ दिन हो गए I'm saying नहीं यार, अब रिक्वायरमेंट है कि स्पोक 2 भी स्पोक 1 से बात करना चाहिए। Similarly, I'll create another UDR. Now in this case कहां पर बनाऊंगा UDR? Whichever is the region of spoke 2. Is this clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Right. But in my case, in our case, we have both the virtual networks, in fact all of them in East US. So I'm creating both the route table in East US. So route table में कुछ नहीं है, इतना ही है, but I'll create one for you, a test one. We are not going to use this, इसलिए मैं इसको कहाँ पर बना रहा हूँ, किसी अलग रीजन में बनाता हूँ। temp UDR I'll call it. Yes, next tag, optional, we have covered this. Create, that's all you have to do. ये आपका UDR बन गया। I have already created those two, hence I'm not creating any in East US. ठीक है, ये जो दो यूडीआर की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ ये मैंने ऑलरेडी बना रखे। इनको क्या नाम दिया मैंने? जस्ट फॉर द अंडरस्टैंडिंग अगेन, नेम हैज नथिंग टू डू, स्पोक यूडीआर इन स्पोक 2 UDR. Got it, guys? So this is how you create a UDR. Once it is created, you'll come here and this is how it looks. दिख रहा है आप लोगों को? And it shows the location as well, and it shows the this one resource group as well. Though it doesn't have any dependency on resource group. Guys, till now whatever we have covered, resource group पे कोई dependency नहीं है. I can create UDR in different resource group except for one feature or one functionality or one service, which is that, can anyone tell me? जहां पर resource group भी matter करता है. Initially we have read this.
अवेलेबिलिटी सेट।
परफेक्ट, अवेलेबिलिटी सेट, वहां पर रिसोर्स ग्रुप भी मैटर करता है। अगर रिसोर्स ग्रुप दूसरा बना लिया रिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द रीजन एटसेट्रा, यू विल स्टिल नॉट बी एबल टू यूज द सेम अवेलेबिलिटी सेट। आई होप यू गाइज आर गोइंग अहेड एंड रिवाइजिंग ऑल दिस, राइट? So this is how you create a UDR. Is this in good enough now, guys? What did I tell you? UDR आने के बाद one more thing will come in picture. What is that? Just because we have UDR, do you think that this is good enough now? My machines will directly talk to each other. मैंने तो बस यूडीआर बनाया है उस रीजन में। माई स्पोक 1 VNet, डज इट इवन नो कि वहां पर कोई यूडीआर है? डिड आई कॉन्फ़िगर इट एनीवेयर?
No.
नो, आई हैव नॉट।
No.
बाय द वे, यूडीआर वर्चुअल नेटवर्क के लेवल पे असाइन नहीं होता है. व्हाट इज द स्कोप ऑफ यूडीआर? इट इज सबनेट. सो इस वर्चुअल नेटवर्क में जितने भी सबनेट होंगे, मुझको उन सबनेट्स पे इसको असाइन करना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो लेट्स गो ahead and do that. So I'll go and UDR for spoke 1. Subnet. अब यहां पर कौन सा सबनेट देखूंगा गाइस मैं? I will associate this with which VNet and subnet? Will I do it with hub VNet? I am on UDR for spoke 1. तो कौन सा VNet पे एसोसिएट करूंगा मैं इसको? Spoke 1. The name itself says, guys. So I'll select here spoke 1 VNet. Now here you can select multiple. I'm not sure if you can select it at once. Let me create one. एक काम करते हैं, बनाकर ही देखते हैं. यहाँ पर दिस इज हाउ यू कैन सेलेक्ट वन सबनेट. मल्टीपल आप कर सकते हो या नहीं? I'll okay, you can do it. Fine, fine, I remember. You get default, you get subnets here and you get checkbox. तो ऐसे नहीं कि उस VNet में जितने भी सबनेट है, if you want all of them to talk to other VNet, you can select the subnet. But in this case, we have only one subnet. I'm going ahead only with one subnet. Is this clear, guys, or did I confuse you? यहाँ पर समझ में मैं क्या बोल रहा था? That your one VNet, spoke VNet or any VNet can have multiple subnets. So you can select all of them. You get the checkbox here. Is this clear, guys, to everyone? Yes, no, maybe.
It means we have only one subnet in Spoke,
In this one, yes, we have
right?
only one. But if you had more than
That's
one,
why,
you can select more than one here. And you can select few of them also. You can select one of them also. तो complete virtual network को हम route नहीं बता रहे. ठीक है, virtual network में भी we have option. We can select all the subnets or we can select few of the subnets or only one of the subnets. In this case, I have only
तो
one, so I'm selecting this. Yeah, sorry, someone was saying something?
हाँ, पार्शियल सिलेक्ट अगर करते हैं तो कम्युनिकेशन सिर्फ उन दोनों सिलेक्टेड पे ही होगा.
Yes, obviously, because इसमें हम VNet पे कोई connectivity कर ही नहीं है. Where are we applying this? We are applying this on the subnet level.
सबनेट.
Okay, so I click on OK. Similarly, we'll go ahead, route table. See, for example, I'll just go to this one. Okay, temp वाले UDR पे मैं चाहता हूँ, just to show you to you. I'll go to subnets, associate. Do I see any VNet, guys?
No.
No.
Why not? Because there are no VNets in Qatar Central region. यहाँ पर कोई VNet है ही नहीं मेरा. Got it? So again,
Correct.
I'll go for
Correct.
spoke 2, subnets, associate, virtual network. Which virtual network? Spoke 2. यहाँ पर भी मैंने एक ही सबनेट बनाया है, तो that's fine. Done. This is done. This is also done. Perfect. So what have I done now, guys? What have we done here? It's we have. Let me open the pen. Yes. यहाँ पर हमने एक UDR assign कर दिया. Yeah, and one UDR we have assigned here. Got it? Now, do you think these machines should talk to each other? Do they know the route now?
Yes, because we have created the UDR.
Yes, guys. What about others? Do you think anything else is pending?
No, we haven't
Keep
configured it.
creating
Clear,
already.
Yes. Fine, fine. I got it. So few of you got it. I have just assigned the route table. मैंने route कहाँ बताया है? How will this spoke virtual network know कि यहाँ पर जाना है? उस route table में मैंने कोई configuration किया है क्या अब तक? नहीं. Right? We haven't done anything on those route tables. So we have to configure the routes on that route table. This is what I was talking about. Once you have the routes, you will have to configure. Once you have the route table, you will have to configure the routes. ठीक है? So you'll configure the routes. But before we go ahead and configure the routes, let me show you these machines. I'll show you all the names, etc. Rather, I'll show you the IP because we'll be dealing with IP. and one more virtual network, one more machine I will take, which is my hub virtual network, hub virtual networks machine. Why are we taking machine? Just to check the connectivity. Otherwise, how will you क्रॉस वेरीफाई ये हुआ या नहीं? वैलिडेट कैसे करोगे? पीओसी बनाओगे, हाउ विल यू वैलिडेट कि ये हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है? सो यू रिक्वायर machines etc. So now guys, this machine, okay, this machine guys, when I see IP config, it is 10.0.0.4. This is your spoke 1, ठीक है? And this is your spoke 2. राइट वाला जो मशीन है वो है आपका स्पोक 2, 172 है स्पोक 2, 10 है स्पोक 1, एंड दिस इज योर हब मशीन जो 192 के रेंज में है, दैट इज योर हब मशीन. I'll simply write it down just for your understanding. 10 series, it is for spoke 1. 172 16 series, it is for spoke 2. And 192 168 series, it is for hub virtual network. Clear guys till here?
Yes.
Now, whatever VNet pairing we have done based on that and whatever questions we have asked. Now, from here, if I ping 192.168.0.4, whose IP address is this? This is hub machine's IP address. ठीक
हाँ.
है? Hub network में जो machine बनी है. Should it ping then? Should it work?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. So can you see spoke 2 से it is pinging. Spoke 1 से let's check. It is pinging. Clear till here, guys?
Yes.
So now from hub, if I ping, by the way, case it is not case sensitive in Windows. Linux it is. Linux में ये ping और ये ping. These are two different things. This ping and uppercase ping. These are two different things. ठीक है? Windows में it's same. So if I ping spoke 1 VNet, a spoke 1 virtual machine, 10.0.0.4 from hub, will it work?
Yes.
Yes.
So it is working. If I ping to spoke VNet 2, which is 190, no, I guess it's 172, right? 172 16.0.4. Will it work?
Yes.
Yes.
So it is working. Okay. As expected, everything is working till now. Now, if I ping from spoke VNet to spoke VNet 2, which is 172 16.0.4, and if I ping from spoke VNet 2 to spoke VNet 1, which is 10.0.0.4, are these going to ping each other, guys?
No.
We need to.
No,
They
no.
are not. Even we have done the UDR, we have done everything, they are not pinging. Why are they not pinging, guys?
We haven't
need to take
configured it.
the.
We
Yes.
haven't
Yes.
configured
We
We
the route
haven't
haven't
table.
configured.
configured the routes.
Maybe.
They don't know the routes. इनको पता नहीं कि जाना कहाँ से. ठीक है? So let's start this 172.16.0.4-T. It will keep pinging and we'll create the route and we'll see if it is. And from here, it will keep pinging this machine. Okay. Now, most of the time, guys, let's create the UDR, then I'll explain it to you. Okay. अब UDR में route define करने के लिए कहाँ जाना होगा हमको? Again, route table, go to UDR1, where we associated this with the subnet. राइट, यहाँ पर सबनेट से एसोसिएट किया था हम लोगों ने. इसी के ऊपर है आपका राउटिंग टेबल और राउट्स. गो हियर
Hmm.
एंड ऐड अ राउट. राउट में क्या होगा? नेम. वेरी सिंपल. क्या राउट है ये? स्पोक 1 से कहाँ जा रहा है? टू हब. ठीक है. अल्टीमेटली वो स्पोक 2 पे जा रहा है. इट्स अप टू यू. जैसे भी आपको समझना है, आपको स्पोक 1 से स्पोक 2 का राउट लिखना है, इसको यू डू इट, यू वांट टू राइट इट लाइक दिस, स्पोक 1 हब टू स्पोक 2, अप टू यू। नेमिंग में इसमें कुछ नहीं है, but where is the catch? Here it is. Select the destination type. Now what is the destination type do I have, guys?
The addresses and tags.
IP address. If I select service tag में क्या होगा, simply पता है, internet, web servers, etc. There are too many service tags. So as of now, we are not going till service tag. We are going for IP address. Now, which IP address is my destination IP address? कहाँ से मिलेगा मुझको ये IP address, guys? Which is the destination IP address for Spoke 1?
That is our the IP address of
Spoke to
machine, private
spoke to
IP
server.
IP address of what? Private IP of which one?
Spoke to.
Spoke to.
Spoke to. Perfect. So what is the private IP of that? It was 172.16.0 dot.
168. Not 16, 168, I think.
No, that is impossible. 170 to 168, is it a private range, guys?
No.
It's 190 to 168. That's a different range, Imran bhai.
Hmm.
170 to 168, it's impossible to have in private.
Okay.
So this is our machine's name. But can I have a single IP here, guys? What is it asking? It is asking a CIDR range.
Yeah.
So how will I have a single IP here?
So we can use cider as well.
So if I
I
use
think
CIDR, it is selecting a range, not a single IP.
so. Can we check the address
Whose address?
address range of spoke to?
We can, but I don't want the whole. I just want one machine to be enabled. That is easy. That is what we are going to do. That is what I was about to show you. That we'll go to, कहाँ पर जाएंगे हम लोग? We'll go to virtual machine, sorry, virtual networks, spoke to virtual network, और मैं इस पूरे रेंज को ही दे दूंगा, इधर इसका पूरा रेंज और मिनिमम सबनेट का पूरा रेंज, जिस सबनेट में वो सेकंड मशीन है। ठीक है, एटलीस्ट ये इफ आई वांट कि एटलीस्ट सबनेट का रेंज दे दूं, एंड इफ आई वांट कि सारे वर्चुअल नेटवर्क पे ही ये करना है, तो आई एम हैप्पी विद दिस, आई विल गिव दिस वन, आई एम हैप्पी टू डू दिस। बट व्हाट हैज हैपेंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस, मैंने सारे नेटवर्क का जो है ना कनेक्टिविटी बना दी। दैट वाजंट माय एम, माय एम इज only one machine should be able to communicate. So how will I achieve that? And that machine's IP address is 4, but it will not take without CIDR. Yes, guys.
So we can use cider 32.
Yes. When you use CIDR 32, it uses only one IP, because 32 it's the IPv4, it's a 32-bit IP. So when you use 32, this you will understand, guys, from the basics of the networking, what I taught you in last session, and what we have here as well. If you would have gone through this one once, you will understand this. Why are we taking 32 and why 32 it's creating only one IP? ये सब आपको इस वाले सेक्शन में समझ में आएगा. Here it is. So if you want to take only one IP, then it will be 32. CIDR will be 32. But in this case, okay, let's go ahead with the complete IP range of that virtual network. From where will I get the complete IP range? I will have to go to that virtual network. Which virtual network? Spoke 2. Why am I taking Spoke 2 here, guys? Why not Hub?
Spoke to is the
Hub is already
destination.
connected.
Yes, because that is our
Already.
destination. No, guys. It is already connected. That is secondary. वो एक isolated information है. In this case, what is it asking? Is it asking you for your hub or your route, etc.? What is that asking? It is asking कि आपका destination बताओ, right? So you are not worried about the hub as of now. आप फिलहाल पहले destination बताओ, route बाद में पूछेंगे, पहले destination बताओ, right? So I've selected कि destination का type क्या है? IP address. This is the destination IP address. Now what is the next hop? Next hop क्या है आपका? ठीक है, so next hop में you can select virtual network here, right? And ये आपका जो है, so let's not do the virtual network. Virtual network पे बहुत काम होता है. Okay, so what will you select here? You will select a virtual appliance. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट हॉप यू विल सेलेक्ट योर वर्चुअल अप्लायंस. नाउ व्हाट इज अ वर्चुअल अप्लायंस? Most of the time it is a router. Most of the time it is a router. Router is a virtual appliance. It can be a network virtual appliance, or it can be a physical router. It could be anything. But most of the time virtual appliance होता है आपका router. ये router कहाँ पर कॉन्फ़िगर होगा? ये router आपके हब वर्चुअल नेटवर्क में कॉन्फ़िगर होगा. इज दिस क्लियर गाइस? नेक्स्ट हॉप में क्या आएगा आपका, कि जहां से ट्रैफिक को राउट करना है. अब कहां से ट्रैफिक राउट होगा? इसी वर्चुअल अप्लायंस से. वर्चुअल अप्लायंस क्या होता है? इट्स अ राउटर. In this case, we do not have a router, right? We do not have a router. So what have I done here? I have created a machine. ये एक hub जो VM बनाया ना मैंने. I told you that we have to
Hmm.
create a hub VM. We don't have to create a hub VM, but I have created. So I'm using this Windows server as a virtual router. Windows server में एक feature होता है कि वो router की तरह भी act कर सकता है. So that is what we are doing here. Otherwise, you don't require any machine here in hub virtual network. You want these two machines to talk to each other. You do not require any machine on the hub virtual network. But what you require is a router. But we do not have a router here. Hence, I'm using a virtual machine over there. Is this clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
guys, any
Sahil bhai,
confusion, any doubt?
I'm confused in this.
Yes, guys, what about others?
Yeah, repeat this again.
Okay. So what am I saying here is when you are creating a UDR, user defined route, आपने नाम दे दिया, डेस्टिनेशन का टाइप बता दिया. क्या है टाइप? आईपी एड्रेस. दैट फ्रॉम स्पोक वन, यहां से स्पोक वन से, ठीक है, स्पोक वन से स्पोक टू पे ट्रैफिक जा रहा है. स्पोक टू पे भी क्या है? आईपी एड्रेसेस है. ठीक है, वो आईपी का आपने रेंज बता दिया. फाइन, कि यहां से जो भी ट्रैफिक जाएगा इस आईपी रेंज में, वो यहां से जाना चाहिए. ठीक है, राउटिंग टेबल हम बना रहे हैं. व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट हॉप? नेक्स्ट हॉप का मतलब होता है कि कहां पर रुक कर जाना चाहिए. इन दिस केस दिस इज योर नेक्स्ट हॉप. हब वर्चुअल नेटवर्क जो है आपका, वो नेक्स्ट हॉप है. हॉप मतलब एक स्टॉप होता है. सो व्हाट एम आई सेइंग हियर
Hmm.
इज, यहां से ट्रैफिक जाना है, मैं यहाँ पे यूडीआर बना रहा हूँ. ठीक है, यूडीआर की क्या इन्फॉर्मेशन है? वेयर योर ट्रैफिक इज गोइंग, आई से स्पोक टू. बट वहां उसको स्पोक टू नहीं समझेगा. देयर आई हैव टू गिव द आईपी रेंज ऑफ स्पोक टू, जो मैंने दे दिया. ठीक है.
Hmm.
नाउ इट इज आस्किंग व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट हॉप. नेक्स्ट स्टॉप क्या है आपका? सो विच इज माई नेक्स्ट हॉप? दिस हब. दिस इज हाउ द ट्रैफिक शुड गो, राइट? यहां से निकलते ही, द मोमेंट ट्रैफिक लीव्स फ्रॉम हियर, what should be your next stop, what your next hop should be? So your next hop should be your hub network, right? अब वर्चुअल नेटवर्क तो अपने आप में कोई राउटिंग नहीं करेगा ना. वर्चुअल नेटवर्क पे भी कोई अप्लायंस होना चाहिए, राइट? व्हेन आई से वर्चुअल नेटवर्क, स्पोक वर्चुअल नेटवर्क इज टॉकिंग टू स्पोक वर्चुअल नेटवर्क टू, तो आर वी लिटरली पिंगिंग फ्रॉम वर्चुअल नेटवर्क टू वर्चुअल नेटवर्क, या वर्चुअल नेटवर्क में सबनेट है और सबनेट पे कोई मशीन है या कोई स्टोरेज अकाउंट है या कोई रिसोर्स है, वो रिसोर्स से पिंग करके देख रहे हैं? व्हाट आर वी डूइंग गाइस?
IP to IP.
यस. ना आईपी भी किस पे है? इज देयर अ आईपी एड्रेस ऑन वर्चुअल नेटवर्क डायरेक्टली? वर्चुअल, इज देयर सम वे कि हम वर्चुअल
No, no,
नेटवर्क पे
machine.
डायरेक्टली?
Yes.
तो देर इज
No,
एन
no, no.
अप्लायंस, राइट? वहां पर कोई रिसोर्स है. सिमिलरली ये हब वर्चुअल नेटवर्क जो आपका ट्रैफिक राउट करेगा, राइट, इस पे भी कोई अप्लायंस लगना चाहिए ना. डायरेक्टली आपका ये वर्चुअल नेटवर्क में वो फंक्शनैलिटी नहीं है फिलहाल. वर्चुअल नेटवर्क इज नॉट डूइंग दैट फिलहाल, नहीं है. ओके, यू कैन डू दैट, बट फिलहाल द प्रैक्टिकल विच वी आर डूइंग उसमें नहीं है. You can do it using virtual network also, but we don't use that. Generally, you will always have an appliance on hub virtual network. और कौन सा होता है वो appliance? वो होता है आपका router. So what will you have here? एक router होता है
Routers.
यहाँ पर हमेशा. So next hop में आप इस router का IP address डालते हो. Is this clear till here?
सोहेल भाई, लेकिन हमारे पास तो हब में भी आईपी एड्रेस तो है ही ना, तो आईपी एड्रेस के थ्रू मैं स्पोक टू से
No, where do you have
कनेक्ट
the,
क्यों नहीं कर
कहाँ पर है आपके पास IP address? Virtual network पे कौन सा IP address है? वर्चुअल नेटवर्क जो है आपको आईपी एड्रेसेस का स्पेस देता है. वर्चुअल
हम्म
नेटवर्क अपने आप में कोई ऐसा रिसोर्स नहीं है जिसको, कैन यू टेक आरडीपी ऑफ वर्चुअल नेटवर्क? कैन यू पिंग
Oh,
वर्चुअल नेटवर्क?
No.
वर्चुअल नेटवर्क सिर्फ एक स्पेस बना कर दे रहा है आपको. वर्चुअल नेटवर्क अपने आप में कुछ, उसके ऊपर कोई आईपी असाइन नहीं है. वर्चुअल नेटवर्क के अंदर कोई कोई ना कोई अप्लायंस है जिसमें आईपी असाइंड है. इट कुड बी वर्चुअल मशीन, इट
अच्छा
कुड बी
अच्छा अच्छा
राउटर, इट कुड बी स्टोरेज. Getting it, guys?
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Guys, what about others? Hanif, Kazi,
Yeah, got
are
it.
you getting
Yeah,
it?
got it, got it. Yeah.
Prabhat, Razak bhai, what about you, Sonali, Tehsin, are you guys
Yes.
getting it? Any doubts, any
Yes,
confusion?
Sohail. No, no, Sohail. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, the next hop address will be यहाँ पर जो आपके hub virtual network पे कोई appliance है उसका 99% of the time it is a router. It is definitely a router. मतलब router से बेस्ट कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है मार्केट में. तो यहां पर आपका नेक्स्ट हॉप का आईपी एड्रेस होगा आपका राउटर का आईपी एड्रेस. इज दिस क्लियर टू एवरीवन गाइस कि व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट हॉप?
Yes.
Yeah.
सो ये होगा आपका राउटर का आईपी एड्रेस. सो यहां पर मुझको डालना है आपका राउटर का आईपी एड्रेस. बट डू वी हैव अ राउटर? मेरे पास यहां पर कोई राउटर नहीं है, राइट? सो व्हाट हैव आई डन? मैंने एज अ राउटर की फंक्शनैलिटी यूज करते हुए एक विंडोज सर्वर को यूज किया. विंडोज सर्वर में एक इनबिल्ट फीचर है which which lets you use the server as a router. ठीक है, तो अब ये जो सर्वर है मेरे सामने ये एज अ राउटर वर्क कर रहा है. इज दिस क्लियर?
What is that
Yeah, got it.
function?
दैट फंक्शन आई शो यू, डोंट वरी. दैट आई विल शो यू. जिसका इसका मैं प्रैक्टिस ये मैंने ऑलरेडी सेटअप बना रखा है. आई शो यू वन मोर प्रैक्टिकल जहां पे आई शो यू कि सेटअप आप लोगों को कैसे बनाना है. बट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर गाइस? ठीक है, रियल टाइम में ये
Yes.
तीसरा सर्वर आपके पास कभी नहीं होने वाला है. कि यहाँ पर क्या होगा इसकी जगह?
Router.
A router. So now here in this case, if it is asking for a next hop IP address, right? तो क्या कौन सा एड्रेस लूंगा मैं यहाँ पर?
Router IP address, but
Yes.
now
In our
in this
case,
case, we can
can someone read the IP
Hub
address?
192.168.
192.168.0.4.
Yes, 192.168.0.4.
168.
ठीक है, यहाँ पर कोई रेंज वगैरह नहीं हो रही because it is asking a specific router's IP. ठीक है, so this is done.
सोहेल,
अब
ये
ये ऐड हो गया.
हॉप
हम्म.
हॉप आईपी एड्रेस आपने बनाया है ना अलग से अभी?
नहीं, मैंने मशीन ऑलरेडी बना रखी थी, उसको एज अ राउटर एक्ट करवा रहा हूं मैं. तो ये मशीन ऑलरेडी थी यहाँ पर. एक हब वर्चुअल नेटवर्क में मैंने एक विंडोज सर्वर इंस्टॉल किया है विच इज एक्टिंग एज अ राउटर नाउ.
अच्छा.
ठीक है, उसको राउटर जैसा कैसे बनाना है आई शो इट टू यू. ठीक है, सेम स्टेप्स आई हैव टू डू इन हियर. ठीक है, स्पोक 2 पे मुझको जाना है. स्पोक 2 से कहाँ जा रहा है ट्रैफिक अगेन गाइस? स्पोक 2 से,
Spoke 1 पे.
यस, so if you want to name it directly as spoke 2 to spoke 1 or spoke and hub, जिस तरह से भी. नाउ यहाँ पर डेस्टिनेशन एड्रेस किसका होगा?
Spoke 1
Spoke
का.
one.
spoke 1. So I'll go to spoke vnet. Again, if I want only one IP address, मैं site address 32 के साथ लूंगा. If I want only one subnet, मैं subnet का IP address ले लूंगा जाकर. But in this case, I am happy कि मैं पूरा का पूरा इसका जो है ये ले लूं. If I go to virtual network and I'll take the complete range of it. तो ये है इसका range. Okay, guys, only 30 seconds are left. Here again, I'm selecting the virtual appliance. और virtual appliance का same इसका अलग से router होगा guys या same router होगा? What do you think?
Same.
Same
Same,
router.
same.
Fine. So I'll just click on yes here and then we'll take a break of 5 minutes. I have to convert the recording and I'll see you guys at 4:25 or sorry 4:30.
Okay,
I
Okay.
just have to type it here and click yes. और इसके आगे का प्रैक्टिकल हम आकर देखते हैं. ठीक है, it is still not
Okay.
pinging. There's a small glitch in this. I'll explain it to you once we are back. See you guys at 4:30.